Good evening, Rocket League fans. Welcome to Minor League Doubles.
There's still a big chance here for anyone to take this in regulation, and this is
No!
10 seconds are gone in the ball.
With both members of Orange out of net right now, towards the net. This is a need. Numerics puts it in. This game's not over yet.
Bring out your predictions. Bring out your scores. Let's see where we go. Game 7. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Fridge in position. Scores.
Just an insane series.
I just typed in chat. I can feel my heartbeat. It's so tense.
What a series.
Welcome back, everybody, to the MLE Network. We're just past the halfway point in the season, and we've got 5 matches for you guys tonight. I'm, of course, Achieves. Joined alongside me is the Asian sensation, Inanimate J, and we're going to start off here with a matchup between the Sharks and the Warriors, and it's already got some playoff implications for both of these guys, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sharks trying to chase down the division lead, the Lightning extending it to another 5 games as they take a sweep of the Bears earlier today on Starbase Arc. The Warriors 2 games back of the 3-way logjam at the top of the Sun Division standings, and a couple of good results here might put them back in the playoff conversation in an incredibly congested Orange Conference race. And again, Achieves Starbase, the venue. We've seen some funny things happen on this map.
Star map. There's really not much to say other than the fact I'm glad they edited the colors a little bit. Of course, not what everybody would like, but you and I talked about it on Behind the Goal before this entire week got underway, and we said really it all comes down to who prepares the most. So regardless, the Sharks seem to have a few more things going for them in way of the numbers. They tend to put up just about an extra goal, but apart from that, these two teams are fairly similar. And it's really going to come down to if the Warriors or the Sharks put in the work.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the extra week that the league had off in the past week, it's been an extra 7 days to get practice on this map that has been kind of looming large in a lot of people's mindset when the schedule was announced at the start of the season. Starbase, and again in 2 weeks on Cosmic, 2 maps that don't get seen very much that are probably going to trip these teams up. But I know that the practice has been put in. These guys are ready to go. Signal out to them. I believe it's an all PlayStation matchup here. Both of these teams with a full PlayStation roster coming in. And we'll see if the console gods will beat out, will make a statement here over the PlayStation Master Race.
Well, the PlayStation, the PC Master Race, you mean? Nope, fries on PC.
Oh, rip.
Never mind. The Warriors automatically win. They have one on PC, clearly. But Clay trying to prove me wrong, and he will go to the left side 7 seconds in.
Really quick strike from the Sharks here. The Warriors don't quite get the spacing they want on the kickoff. Get a little bit stuck in the same corner off that diagonal. Clay with just enough boost to get up to that one. Able to get down, and I don't understand why my overlay has acted up on that. 1 second, folks.
Panic!
I literally double-checked this 30 seconds ago, and it was fine. And then my browser source decided to go completely haywire.
We'll let you get that sorted out. I will give everybody what they want to hear as you reach one towards the net, kept away by Fry. Sipe going to be out of the play for a little bit. Got tangled up with the post. Clear back downfield. Slow advancement here for the Warriors. And Sipe really just trying to earn some possession down under this Shark half of the pitch. Now, funnily enough, both of these teams, actually, they have their top goal scorer and top assister playing. This one off the post, courtesy of Fry. Follow through from Sipe. Gonna have no chance at the net as Fry went all the way back. But as I was saying, both of these guys have their top scorer and top assister. The Warriors, of course, it is PFC Sipe. He's got 21 of 53 goals and just about half of his team's assists as well. And the Sharks, it's You Reach, I Teach, scoring 29 of 77 of his team's goals. And again, just about half of his team's assists.
Yeah, really good performances needed out of both of these players to ensure the success for their team.
Wow.
Sipe is actually going to get this one here. It's the play off the wall that scores this one. We'll just go on board with the Sharks here as they both end up down that same channel. And they hit each other. We saw it on the opening goal too. When you get on that same channel with your teammate, there's no spacing. And it's really difficult to defend a ball like that, and it made it even more difficult when you run into each other like that.
Yeah, especially out in front of the lip on the back wall. It makes it really hard to recover because your wheels come off the ground for a split second and lets you not be able to jump. It's terrible. Poor clear from Clay, and it goes barn in. Sipe says thank you very much.
Really tough play here. Clay doesn't get all of this ball, goes straight up into that channel down the side, and Sipe with a shot goes bar south on that one, right underneath. And in the Sharks now down 1 after a really bright start.
Into that one for sure, and he made him pay for the mistake. That is the name of the game in the doubles arena. So Fry just going to pick up some boost on the backfield. Sipe going to wait his turn. Play all the way back to his own side. He's got a little bit of time to work with as Fry needs a little bit of boost. Able to get through one. Fry's got to buy a lot of time. That's very difficult as these angles do not play nice, and Reach I Teach going to slam it home.
Well, speaking of the angles don't play nice, Clay actually gets Fry to bite on that one. A little bit of a fake, but it's almost more of a missed touch than you reach diving in, able to jam that one past Sipe for the tying goal. 2-2 now, still plenty of time left to play in this game.
Definitely some early shootout here from both of these teams. Not even 2 minutes in, they've already put up 4 goals each. Play out towards the midfield, and Reach just going to leave that one and let Fry take it. Play. Just going to leave that for Reach. Follow through from Sipe out of the midfield. With the touch cleanly, follow through, going to be cleared away. Play. Doesn't come up with a touch. Fry off the post, and then thankfully he's got Teach coming in off the side wall. Tough break there for the Warriors. They'd have liked to have taken the lead here, but Sharks, they've been under a fair bit of duress here from the Warriors. It seems their midfield is looking pretty decent.
A little bit awkward right now from the Sharks. Just haven't quite settled in with some of these bounces, and their touches leaving a lot to be desired here as you reach. Just gets that one in over top of Sipe, catching the Warriors off guard in transition.
Yeah, Sipe didn't have a lot of boost to work with. It was edging over to that side to pick it up, and then just didn't have enough speed control as he was picking up that boost. And he tried to power slide to whip back around, but didn't notice the shot going to be coming from Teach until it was too late. Just couldn't turn around quick enough, and Sharks back on top. Sipe now off the kickoff, the 1-2 touch out towards the top of the box. Where's Fry? He's so patient out of the midfield, really making sure that he was going to come up with a touch on that ball. Unfortunately, cost his team a scoring opportunity, but now Sipe going to charge out of the midfield and met by Clay. Pass to the top of the box. Reach. Now it's his turn to be very patient back on his side of things. Clay actually the one to secure that boost. And the Warriors are going to have to fall back and pick up some, and that will net another possession over the guys in blue. Fry wasting a lot of boost coming off the sidewall there. Sipe has a chance for the net, but already Reach I Teach is back there, and some more pressure being applied by these Warriors, but still kept at bay by the Sharks. Gonna roll one around, and nobody home on the other side except Fry. Fry come up with that boost. He did indeed pass towards the top of the box. Sipe's in a bit of an awkward place. Reach trying to pass the ball back to Clay. Unfortunately, a little bit too close. And a huge insurance opportunity for the Sharks gone by the wayside as we close down onto the final minute of game number 1.
A little bit rushed by the Sharks there, and Clay unfortunately losing himself off the backboard, ran out of real estate to drive on, and luckily the Warriors are not able to capitalize on that one.
Sipe gonna race back to net, just let Fry take this one as he's more confident in that challenge angle, and it, boy, did it pay off for what? My goodness.
Man, take the protractor out, carry the one, and nope, still can't figure that one out. On replay, though, it looks like U-Reach just got a little bit underneath the ball on the challenge, and Fry with the early jump to get above, get that hitbox down, able to pinch that one off of the top of the bar, top of the hitbox, and just direct that goalward.
Ooh, another chance for Fry here. Long clear out of the Sharks. They really got a piece of that ball hard off the back wall. Sipe can only watch. It's thankfully off the top bar. Close call for the Warriors here, and under the final 30 seconds. Trying to get it out to midfield. Goes with a slow play to the back post. It's just wide as well, and now the Sharks' turn to breathe a sigh of relief as the last 20 or so seconds, and this entire game, in fact, has just been an offensive show, and Clay could have taken his time and tried to fit it into the near post. And looks like the Sharks might have the last word here. Fry more than likely just going to tap this one down, and that will do it. We go into overtime in game one, Jay. Who do you got?
Really tough to say. Both teams having their strengths and their weaknesses here in game one. Got to get the sense, though, that the Warriors, with the way they're playing right now, the amount of pressure they're applying to the Sharks' defense, might just have enough to break them down and get the winner.
I think I have to agree with that. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I believe the offensive game favors you more in Rocket League than the defensive one. Pass off the back wall, reach I teach, right through them, forget the defense. It takes them 4 touches, and they're in the back of the net, and they take game one.
Really good relay play. You reach with the first ball up. Clay wins the challenge over top of Fry, and then Sipe gets a little bit out of position, cut inside by Urich as he brings that one down. The Sharks take game one by a score of 4-3 in a back-and-forth game to open up the series.
Yeah, that was actually, I really liked the opening of this series. There were a couple awkward defensive mishaps for the Warriors early on in the match, but overall, the Sharks, I was surprised to see them have such an outpouring of offense, especially with all those shots, because we talked about it on Behind the Goal. Let me find it, scroll over, their shots per game. Oh, wait, we've got handy-dandy pivot tables. This is the reason we set them up. This is the reason we set them up. The Sharks, in the shots per game total, actually put up 6. They put up 9 this game. And the Warriors, even more impressive, they had put up about 5 per game. And they both had just 9 shots for the Sharks. What was it, 10 for the Warriors? So both of these guys able to put a lot of shots on net. Very uncharacteristic for both of these guys.
Yeah, exactly. Just checking here. I don't think Sipe actually made it into game on this one here.
Panic!
Yeah. Not sure here if... Yeah, actually the teams are actually just driving around now here, so I think we'll just see if we can get the lobby recreated. But you and I will have a chance to talk a little bit more about stats now, because we had a little bit of a breakdown here with the technicalities.
Not a problem, not a problem. So yeah, going over a bit more numbers, since we didn't get a lot of time to go into it before this game started. I think you and I both picked the Sharks to win this one on Behind the Goal, if I remember correctly.
I think so too. Hard to say. Just getting word from the Warriors coach, it was a PlayStation crash, complete lockup on that one, so that is unfortunate.
Every time, see, if that isn't reason enough to warrant getting a computer, I don't know what it is, Jay.
Yeah, feels bad, man. Feels bad. All right, so we both picked the Sharks to win this one, I think, on Behind the Goal. Actually, you know what? I have the MLE Fantasy Pick'ems as well from our Fantasy League Commission.
Do you?
I do. Sharks and the Warriors, responses, an overwhelming 100% of responders picked the Sharks to win this series.
Wow. No faith in the wall. That's actually surprising, because I mean that Sun Division, there's a 3-way tie for first place, and that they're in the 4th place spot.
Yeah, they are in 4th place on the Did you not join the game? I recreated it, and now I have lost my achieves. I'm seeing a lot of Wi-Fi lag from you as well. I think I just lost Achieves entirely. Nope. There he is. Achieves. Skype is working.
Oh.
Hello?
There we go. I figured.
Oh, he's back. Oh, I was worried for a second there. You should be able to join party match there. Jesus.
Yes.
Apparently you did not join the lobby. Wow, our fair share of technical difficulties today. Holy God.
Get him out now. We've got 4 more to go.
I know, right? best to get him out now than later on in the show.
Right. So yeah, we both picked the Sharks. But yeah, the Warriors actually holding a fairly commanding. Well, I wouldn't say commanding, but they did have a fair amount of offensive plays over on the Sharks' half of things. So moving into game number 2, what do you think you expect to see out of the Warriors? Do you think they keep up that aggression out of the midfield? Because I mean, Sipe and Fry were really doing a fairly decent job catching the clears.
I think that's the key. They have to maintain pressure on the Sharks, because the one thing that I've seen out of the Sharks over the 3 seasons I've been watching them is that occasionally they will struggle a little bit when they're put under pressure. They have a hard time clearing the ball, especially when they get boost starved. They've improved a lot in that regard, but they still just don't quite know how to break down a little bit of an offensive pressure.
We'll have to see what Game 2 has in store. Pass out to midfield for Fry. He's through the last man, unfortunately not on target. Sipe, an aggressive challenge, going to be shut down by Clay. Slow roller. Sipe went for the side boost, and he has just given up the net, and it's going to be an easy one for Clay.
Yeah, you're right on this one here. Sipe out of the offense, loses ball cam, goes straight for the corner, has no idea that Clay has actually got that under control. Wide open net, able to go straight in is the Sharks captain. The Warriors find themselves down 1 early.
Just always a tough thing to be aware of, that spatial awareness of what the proper place to rotate in the 2v2 game is, and that's what MLD is all about. You take your licks here and you learn that now. When you finally go and try and rank out, you don't do what Sipe just did and just leave the net wide open, as Fry actually both through, and it's a great shot, a slick little angle. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get around it, but he locks him back at once.
Clay just missing that touch there. You reach a little bit further up, expecting the forward play. Fry with really good ball control on that one, brings it down, taps it into the net through the sharp angle on that diagonal here on Starbase. 1-1 with about a minute off the clock.
Another potential here for a shootout, as we're just over a minute now into game number 2, and already both teams finding the back of the net. Up the side wall, a little bit of a double commit from the Warriors, but not full on. Sipe has a decent chance in the net. It's a great pass though, and Fry gonna bail him out. That smart little touch off that back wall left Sipe wanting. Fry with these dribbles out of the midfield, a little bit of success here early on in game number 2, and we'll have to see how the Sharks adjust to that moving forward.
It really has to come down to reading that dribble effectively, finding those couple of frames when the person with the ball is going to lose control, make the first move, and that's when you strike, when you come in for the 50, or you just win the ball clean if you time it right.
Timing everything in the 2v2 arena in my mind, just because you've got so much of the pitch to cover. What a great pass out towards the middle of the box, and Reach says thank you very much, Clay.
You want to talk about timing? Clay has no boost on this one, just getting the angle to lift that to his cousin, drilling that home near post behind the outstretched Fry, who had nothing to do with that ball, could do nothing to arrest his momentum. The Sharks, great team play to take the lead.
And that's actually one of the few things that you only get to see on Starbase Arc, because the only reason that ball was out of reach of Fry on the back wall is because that wall is angled the way it is. If it was a straight wall, Fry is able to jump out and meet him there. So good job, Starbase Arc. This one out in the neutral game. No problem for Clay, though, as the Warriors bail, not able to hold on to the ball cleanly. Neither is Clay, however, and Fry going to try and put things back in the right direction for them. Reach going to secure his own corner boost next to his net. Shot to the back post, and good placement from Sipe. And again, they tie it up so quickly.
The demo by Fry, pivotal to that one. Clay is out of boost as he was rotating back, and Sipe picks the far corner. Great shot placement on that one behind Clay, who can't half flip in time to make any contact. Tie game right before halftime.
50-50 stalemate of a kickoff as Sipe, waiting patiently in the net, secures one of the side boosts, taking his time off this back wall, takes another one, and unfortunately he's going to have to concede possession over the Sharks here. Clay so patient on his back line, waiting to move up, and now he's got a good chance to the right side of the net. Unfortunately, placement just a little bit off, right at Fry. And the Warriors are able to recover. Down in front of the blue net, breakaway chance. Reach not able to put it on frame. Now the Sharks looking for a pass out to the top of the box. Cut inside, back behind him. Another great setup. This time around, it's Reach instead of Clay.
Very, very solid control by Reach. Thought he might lose this one, keeping ball cam on there, but he baits out both the Warriors' defense, and Clay just scything it between them, finding that seam. 2 minutes left on the clock exactly. It's a 3-2 lead now for the Sharks.
A bit of an awkward play there for the Warriors on defense as well. They had actually both sides of the net covered, except they just both committed to the same option and just didn't utilize their spacing on defense, and a bit of an awkward bounce, thankfully not straight in. Clay actually taken out of position somehow, perhaps getting a bit of a poor read. Fry on the back wall, shot towards the net. Pinch downfield from the Warriors. Let's see it go in just for the heck of it. Pass to the top of the box. Everybody misses. Fry should be able to tap it in. No problem. Goes high. Wants two. Misses. A huge break for the Sharks. As again, the Warriors have what looks like a gimme and they just can't find the back of the net.
Little bit of a rush by the Sharks there. Fry, all he had to do was just drive that home into the bottom corner with both the Sharks out of position. Tried to pop it up, got a little too cute, and ultimately that chance going begging. They still down one here with a minute to go.
They've certainly still got some time to do it. Fry just wasting so much boost. It was on target. No problem for Reach, so patient in the net, however. Now the clock going to become a factor if you wear orange. Tap downfield from Fry. Clay going to be racing back. Going to buy a little bit of time for Teach. Is able to sneak it around Fry out of the midfield. Pass out. Sipe needing the boost,
no.
and he couldn't decide and just missed the ball.
He actually had 80 boost going into this one, used a bunch to get back, but then got frozen by that angle. Unfortunately, front flips instead of back flips, had his car in the way, but gets the decision wrong on the flip. And it's a 4-2 lead now, late for the Sharks.
Tough break for Sipe. Just a little bit too much boost greed. Costs him in the positioning department, and that's all it takes. The Sharks, huge insurance goal for the final 30 seconds. Some slow play on offense. Fry able to stay right with it. Everybody just going to meet up on this right side of the pitch as they move downfield towards the Sharks' end. Clay. Slowly up the midfield. Through one. Teach. Final 8 seconds here. Should be able to just cruise. Actually, here's a chance for Sipe. If he puts it in, they might be able to do something. They've got 2 to work with, Jay.
Well, I've seen stranger things happen in Rocket League.
For sure.
Great ball by Sipe. Just unfortunately can't catch up to that one to take a little bit less time off the clock. But it's a great accurate shot, finding the corner of the net close as he can to being able to try and buy himself more time. But they need a really big kickoff here, and not going to get it there as it stays dead.
Yeah, unfortunately drawing back towards the Shark end. More importantly, staying alongside the ground. The Sharks will advance into a 2-0 lead in the series now, and that is a huge break as they've both been some very close games. The Sharks still able to muster more than their average per game in the shots department at 8 this time around. The Warriors a bit less success, only able to put up 6 compared to their 10 of last game. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the Warriors still, this very easily could have been a 4-4 game, that one wide open net. So, I mean, the Warriors, I think, despite being down 2-0, they still have a chance to come back and win this. And remember, the Warriors need a good showing here to stay in the running in that Sun Division race.
Absolutely.
They're already 2 games back.
Yeah, they need the games right now. It's going to be really difficult for them at the moment right now. The Sharks are playing so well, and despite the Warriors' pressure, they just, those couple of chances, Chiefs, that you remember that they had at the net with the Sharks scrambling, how big misses do those seem now?
Man. Reach I Teach has no problem taking things real slow out of the midfield. Clay comes up empty. And thankfully, Reach right next to him, able to recover some ball possession for them. Clay towards the net, no problem. Sipe gonna meet it nice and early. Out of the midfield, it's Reach high off the back wall. Fry and Clay gonna meet. Will be Fry. Not on top. Gonna deny that boost. Should have the pass. Really squares it up. Just needed to roll that one along the ground, and Sipe would have had a great chance on net. Teach now on the dribble. The wall. Ooh, tries to do it himself. You're kidding. And thankfully, Sipe able to recover somehow. That ball not finding its way into the back of the net. Clay and Reach both committing, and the Warriors dodge an early one.
Really good opportunity for the Sharks. Really unfortunate that they can't take advantage of that one. Couldn't quite get the final touch on the goal line there. Big chances gone by the wayside now for both teams here, who stay tied scoreless at 0.
Clay not the best clear. Sipe able to capitalize on one back in game 1. Gave them a decent shot. However, the Sharks were able to rally in overtime. Fry on a dribble. He's had some success back in game 2, and this time around Clay And he's staying right with it. Fry kind of losing control of that ball. And goes right through him. Clay reading the angles beautifully.
Big dunk by Clay here. Sees Fry get in front of him on this one. Knows that the only challenge he can make is outside towards his own goal. So Clay just rolls his car on the flip to make sure that that lane is blocked off. As the ball comes out past Fry's hitbox, Clay's is in the way. Puts it right back into the open net.
Again, the Sharks cheating up on the kickoff. They've been doing that a fair bit. Sipe now on a dribble, and Clay's just going to rotate all the way back, slap it into the corner, and try and take this one himself. He is on the no boost can, so he is going to have to rely on Teach here to buy him a little bit of time. Teach doing an excellent job of that, however. Not the best clear from Fry. Chance for Clay, down and into the left-hand corner. Sipe right there, but too far back.
Play develops a little bit too quickly for Sipe here. As Fry gets that ball up, you see Sipe go straight into the net, wheels around, but it's a little too deep. It's hard to defend that one. Really have to go up and try and clear that away off the crossbar rather than go to net and pray your opponent misses a shot when they're up first.
Very tough play to make defensively, and the Sharks now. The win here put a stranglehold on the Wolves, and it is a lot of damage control if you're in orange from this point on. Already 2 games back in the Sun Division. The Sharks needing a really good showing here. They are second in, I believe, what is it, the Storm Division, if I remember correctly?
You are correct. It is the Storm Division. And even more games back now, especially with the Lightning winning 5 earlier against the Bears. They need every inch of this series to keep that lead limited to 2 games.
Sipe so patient out of the midfield. Challenge going to be kept away. Reach and Clay going to collide, and it will be another opportunity here for the Warriors. Teach out of the midfield. All on his lonesome. Clay needing some boost. Sipe now leaves it, expecting Fry to be right there with him and take that one. Unfortunately, a bit of miscommunication. Clay now on a dribble, going to get shut down. Sipe empty off the side wall, trying to fall on this one, at least recover and get a challenge going. Clay didn't deny that boost moving upfield. Bit of a mistake in my mind. When you drive right past it, you know you've got an opponent right next to you. Control the boost on the field. It's OP, man.
Yeah, boost management. Still something that a lot of teams are working on in terms of the more advanced strategies. Clay just can't find the catch. I'm sure he wanted to get that open net and triple that lead.
He's kicking himself in the chat. He's upset. Right out. Shut down Clay. A nice job timing those challenges. We've said timing is everything, and so far, Sharks seem to have that down fairly well. Fry and Sipe have looked all right. They've definitely been a force on offense, but here in game number 3, they've really struggled to get anything going, only able to muster 1 shot. As this series has gone on, the offense has really just dried up for the Warriors.
And fortunately, the Sharks have settled in a little bit better. They're being a little bit more efficient with their ball touches, cutting the Warriors apart. And you see the Warriors, as this series goes on, they're starting to cluster up a bit more. They're both going for the same balls, both defensively and offensively. And it's a big struggle right now for them to keep it clear of their net.
Really aggressive challenge from Clay, not quite reading Fry, had him beat, shot towards the net, going to be off target it looked like. Fry going to be racing all the way back, challenge out of the midfield, Sipe. Through 1. Out towards the top of the box, unfortunately Fry just a little bit too close, not able to cut the angle down and put it on net. Final 10 seconds, it's looking like another tough call and a tall order here for the Warriors. This one off target should be cleared away, but the clock not in favor of the Warriors, and they cannot win game number 3. The Sharks really just starve them out. And still, the ball refuses to hit the ground. Clay finally going to smack it down, and the Sharks looking pretty. Needing 5 games to stay right with those Lightning. They're looking well on their way there.
Yeah, really good performance from the Sharks, limiting the Warriors to a single shot on goal. And I think that came very, very late in the game as well. Clay picking up the lone save on that one. Just control. That's the name of the game achieves. The Sharks controlled that game very effectively, and the Warriors just couldn't find a way to keep the ball in their possession and make anything meaningful come out of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, there's not much else that need to be said beyond that, so we won't say anything, and we'll go straight on into game number 4. Sharks trying to stay right with those Lightning, currently second place in the Storm division, and a 5-0 here. Keep them real close to the Lightning. The Lightning playing incredibly well earlier on. You said they defeated the Bears, correct?
That is correct. A 5-0 sweep of the Bears earlier today. And they did it in Mercs, too. The Lightning did. They brought out the Merc squad.
Let's see. The Lightning are what? The Blue division? Or the Ducks in the Blue division?
Blue Conference, Storm division, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So yeah, the Lightning are second place in the Blue Conference. The Ducks currently lead that, if I'm not mistaken. But who cares about that? We're still way away from worrying about conference stuff. As Game 4 currently underway, Fry off the back wall. Here's a chance for the Warriors to get off on the right foot, and Teach just able to poke it out of the way. Now they have the Warriors in a tough spot. Beautiful placement onto the far side of the net, and Fry couldn't do anything about it.
On board with Fry here, doesn't see the play developing, gets the boost, but then you see him drift away from the back post, gets stuck in the middle of the net, his brakes letting him down there as you reach, lofting that to the far post. Great placement from the Sharks player. 29 seconds in, it's 1-0 again as the Sharks maintain control from last game.
It's kind of that speed management. That is certainly something I've noticed the Warriors not really doing the best job of as they were rotating back onto defense. On offense, it's fine, but going on defense, they just don't quite manage their speed well enough to put themselves in the position or at least have a chance to react to something. There's just too much on the gas as they rotate back, and it's costing the Warriors heavily.
It's something that takes a fair amount of practice and a fair amount of thinking to really drill in. I know I struggle with that too, a number of times where I just hold the boost a little bit too long, hold the gas a little bit too long. Even so much as tapping your power slide button while you're trying to hit the brakes will reduce the effectiveness of your brakes.
Ooh, what is this? Long shot downfield. Clay does indeed have the speed to get there, but he's low on boost out of the midfield. Weak touch towards the orange net. Is able to find a challenge against Fry. Fry definitely should have been a little bit quicker to that ball. Now it's a 1-on-2. Clay, really aggressive challenge, went all or nothing and buys plenty of time for Reach to get back in position. A crazy hop and Sipe goes flying on by. Tough break for the Warriors to get things started here in game number 4. Reach just trying to tap it straight down, has to delay the touch. Clay, what a brilliant adjustment.
Really great play by Clay here. You Reach not able to get a touch on the pass there. Goes around the ball. So Clay goes for a bit of a Moy dunk on Fry. Great adjustment on the car. Gets the hitbox in a perfect position to drive that one home. 2-0 Sharks now.
So tough to delay the touch when you're expecting a hit from your teammate coming out. A brilliant display of control from Clay, and he gets them further ahead in game number 4. Clay all by himself, right over the guy, and it's into the top of the net. It's 3-0 Sharks.
Warriors giving up ball possession here early. Sipe just kind of lofting himself at that one, and Fry with the late challenge. The Warriors 6s and 7s on defense, nothing doing on the defensive work there off the kickoff. Man, it's 3-0 Sharks, and they just look like they smell blood.
They're getting into dangerous territory here in game number 4 now, because you're approaching the halfway mark of this game. And you need to put 3 goals in the net, and so you're going to have to start taking more of those risks. And right now, they really haven't been able to get too much going on offense, so they might just end up getting blown out here in Game 4 if they're not able to get something on the board quickly.
Yeah, they really need to get this under control. They need to settle down, start being efficient with the ball, because if you take the risks, and you have to down 3, but if you start taking the risks without getting the results, it will spiral out of control, and they have to just settle down, you know, find that 5th or 6th gear, but still keep it under control on defense.
Fry, a bit of an awkward touch towards the top of his own box. Is Clay gonna try and put one on frame? Not quite there, hard off the back wall, shut down by Fry out of the net. Still in possession was Reach I Teach. Couldn't really get that ball rolling up the back wall. Sipe has a chance towards the net. Smacks it off the back wall from Teach, and another missed touch. Fry really aggressive. Had to go for it. Down 3, a minute 45 left, and just couldn't find that critical touch to finish the job. That's really been the story of ever since game number 2 for the Warriors. They've had a couple chances and just cannot quite seem to hit that finish button.
Couple of frames off on the flip, not able to direct it goalwards, as he did have the defense beat, but without that touch.
Ooh, what?
Oh!
What even was that?
So, this is the deceptive angle shot off the diagonal corner there. Fry actually getting the first touch there. Ureach gets contact, clears it away, but Sipe with the dunk finishes that one off. 1:25 on the clock. The Warriors have life, but they really need to make something happen off this kickoff.
It looked like Sipe got bumped there in the middle of the box, and it kind of just pushed him right up into that ball. And you'll take what you can get, I suppose.
Down 3, I'll take anything that goes in the net that's not mine.
Yeah. Pretty much. As Reach I Teach has a really long drive back to his own side, does pick up that midfield boost, Sipe on the dribble. Clay just so patient. That is a great show of defense from Clay. It's really easy to just go really aggressive, but realizing he's got the lead, all he has to do is buy time for Teach to get reset back on defense. And that's all really the Sharks have to do at this point, but they may have gone a little bit too far this time around as Fry just gets punched out of the back wall from Clay. What a great play.
Really good defense physically by Clay. Doesn't need to win the ball, just has to knock the player off of it. With the time ticking away now, Fry out a boost, floating at that one, and Ureach makes the save, getting the savior coming across.
No, Nikolai.
Oh, feels bad, Warriors.
Feels bad, Warriors is right. Fry trying to get in front of this one. Huge overcommit. Fry not able to come up cleanly. He's got to get this ball started. Reach going to lend a bit of a helping hand. He needs to read this bounce and find the back of the net. Stalemates it towards the top. Sipes right there. Can't quite get around it. Had too much faith in the Sharks coming up with the clear. And it looks like Game 4 is once again just going to slip away from the Warriors. So close to being able to do something. Just not able to find the back of the net. The Sharks looking to stay right with the Lightning.
Well, you can see the Lightning in chat calling for the Warriors to take game. Game 5 is the only thing that they're going to be able to take now. 6 shots apiece, but it's the Sharks with 5 saves on 6 shots of the Warriors there. The defense standing tall. Big difference between these two teams in that 4th game.
Mm-hmm. The Sharks, like you said, back in the middle of Game 3. The whole thing is literally just control for those guys. They just don't make a lot of super risky plays. The Warriors go for some of those more risky plays, and they do not come up with the results like you said. And when you don't come up with results, you end up giving up goals. Now Reach and Clay look to just cruise on into game number 5. I don't see any reason for them to really change their game plan.
No, they don't need to make any adjustments, really. The only thing I could think of, maybe, is just changing a little bit of their rotation pattern, so coming back, they don't run into each other when they're trying to go for the clear. Almost happens right there as Clay comes back underneath the ball. Ureach almost hitting him as he comes through to put the ball upfield.
Clay been beat a couple of times off of his own side of the pitch, trying to go for these challenges. Fry, what? Oh my goodness, I thought Fry didn't quite get the pass out to the midfield, but forget that, he goes right through Teach.
You're right, doesn't get the pass. It's actually a weak shot to the back post, but dunks Ureach I Teach into next week as the follow-through on the animation, similar to what Clay did to him in Game 2. But this one, I think, a little bit less calculated than Clay's just because it was recovering from a mistake on the pass.
I believe this is the first game that the Warriors have scored first, isn't it?
I believe you are correct, the Chiefs.
This is what happens when I don't keep stats. Late. Towards the net, Fry now. Oh my goodness, what a pinch. Through Reach I Teach as well, thankfully not on target. Fry so patient out of the midfield, and now it'll be interesting to say how the Sharks play from behind, because we've seen them either tied or with the lead, and they've performed admirably. I do believe this is the first time. Huge risk! Why did Sipe go for that? And the Sharks, again, they don't do anything different. They just get way too aggressive, make a huge mistake, and it's an easy equal.
When you commit to a first-time pass, you have to score. If you do not, the ball will almost always pop off the backboard, pop out of the corner, and straight to a player pointing forward. And it's exactly what happens here as Ureach goes the distance.
Yeah, pretty much. and more importantly, you just came all the way. Oh, and they left the net open. Oh no. PFC Sipe has to be feeling so bad.
Yeah, he got a little bit in line with Fry, jumped a bit early looking for a pass, but it ends up getting picked off by Ureach, who makes no mistake with the distance shot.
So patient out of the midfield, reading the next touch adequately. As now we'll see Sipe here off the back wall, and again, the Warriors going to have to scramble, but they've got plenty of time. They only need one goal. They've certainly proven themselves capable of at least finding the back of the net a few times. It's just a matter of if they can do it when it matters. Fry towards the left side, and yes, they can. They equalize within 30 seconds or so.
Not sure how this one broke down here. Clay going back in rotation. Urich's ball a little bit weak. Leaves it open for the shot from Fry. Yeah, Clay just can't get there in time. A great shot by Fry as he finds a way to sneak that one through the tie game.
Sipe now, challenge out of the midfield. Again, another kickoff in favor of the Sharks. This time not cheating up, opted for that corner boost next to the net. Fry, that's a great pass right on frame. Sipe posted out. That is a heartbreaker again for the Warriors. So close. Maybe a little bit of frustration. Sipe wants 2 demos. He is trying to track down Clay. Finally gives up the chase. There's Fry out of the midfield. Reach I teach off the back wall. It's going to roll along. Gets through one. Fry's got a race for it. Is able to get the nose on it. Slap it away into the corner. Warriors having to dodge a couple of awkward plays on defense once again. Clay to teach. Dribble off the side. Can't quite cleanly keep this ball on his hood. High in front of the Warriors net. Sipe has a little bit of space. Clay had him beat. Unfortunately did not make contact. And again, the Warriors kind of just in the same place at the same time. It's going to make the passing very difficult, and they just can't finish the job on a 2-on-0.
Really good recovery from the Sharks, cutting down the angle effectively, almost dangerously pointing towards their own net with the pinch. Luckily, they don't make a mistake on that one. Stays tied at 2 with 2 minutes left on the clock.
Fry wants to, almost got it around. A great read, though, from Reach to stay with the ball. It would have been very easy, because we've seen Fry go for a couple balls that he had absolutely no chance of tracking down out of the air, and was able to read that he did indeed have the touch this time around. It's out in front of the net. Clay can't make it. Again, the Warriors take the lead back under 2 minutes.
Good work by Sipe in the corner here. Low boost, but he's able to dunk the clear by Urich. Both the Sharks stuck in that corner. Clay can't get across. His hitbox too low. Fry drives that one home over top of the Sharks captain.
The Sharks would love 5-0 sweep to stay right with those Lightning. They were 2 games behind coming into this week, and they look to remain 2 games behind with a 5-0 here of the Warriors. The Warriors were in 4th place of that Sun division, sitting at 9-16. 3-way tie for first at 11-14, something like that.
11-14, yes.
Some great passing out of the midfield. The 1-2-3 gonna be just wide. Clay set it up for him. Sipe gonna make the turnaround.
What a save!
Off the post. What a save is right. My goodness.
Man, Clay from the heavens, Sharknado coming down to clear that one off the line.
Oh, here's a chance. No, Clay just a little bit too close to reach. Did not reposition themselves, and the Sharks kind of scrambling now here with 0 seconds approaching, and Fry going to extend the lead to 2. The Warriors look to at least take 1.
The demo in the backfield, a little bit unnoticed by us there, as Sipe got into Urich, and that's what opened up the defense for Fry to go down and drive that one in, as Clay not able to catch up to that ball and tip it away.
Well, it's crunch time now if you're the Sharks. You'd like to not be 3 games back, but they may not have a choice. Time not on their side here in game number 5. Sipe threw one out of the midfield. Bounce out towards the top of the box. Shot downfield from Reach. It will be just off target as it hits the back wall. Fry now. Dribble out of the midfield. Through everybody. Now it's the Sharks having to take the risks, and it's going to be an easy one for Sipe. The lead keeps growing, but the series is all but done here for the Warriors, and it's got to at least feel good to take 1 if it only took you 4 games to get there.
I mean, 1 game will probably do you a little bit of good. Yes, you're still going to be stuck at the bottom of the Sun Division standings, but your rivals have been losing today. The Bears dropping 5 games to the Lightning earlier today. That goes a long way towards helping you guys out. But, oh, no, I thought there might have been a 3-goal comeback for the Sharks there, but Clay can't keep the handle on it.
Whoa. Well, the final 10 seconds more than Not much more than a formality, at least, as Clay just trying to get one, pad the stats a little bit, and he will come up empty. That is going to do it. Game number 5 goes the way of the Warriors finally. They put the ball in the back of the net first. They were able to hang on to the lead all the way through. It was close all series long, but that game 2, 3, and 4, the Sharks really just did a nice job making sure they played sound, fundamental Rocket League, not really getting too much in each other's way, and just finally in game number 5, just got a little bit behind, a little bit late in the game, tried to take some aggressive risks, and just couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, really solid performance from the Warriors to at least bounce back, salvage a bit of the series, get one game of the 5 on the docket. Sharks will be a little disappointed to give up a bit of ground to the Lightning, but 3 games back with the prospect of interdivision play still coming back for the final 3 weeks. I don't think that they'll be too disappointed with that, especially given the fact that they have another week to make up ground playing the Sun Division.
Yeah, still plenty on the line here. The Warriors to go for, and the Sharks, of course, looking to at least secure their way into that blue conference wildcard spot. Is that what it is? Did I get it right?
The Sharks, yes. The Sharks
in
the blue conference. Yes. You are correct, Achieves. You are correct.
I do what I can. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for the first one, and when we come back, it's going to be the Bulls versus the Hawks, if I'm not mistaken. You're watching right here on MLD Network.
Before we go, Chiefs, I got a giveaway.
Before we go,
I got a Steam a Steam game code to give away here. I don't actually know what the game. Well, I mean, did you enter the giveaway?
I did now. No.
I do not know which one it is for. It is for one of 5 random Steam games that Cathexis has gracefully put up for us to give away here. We're going to close the raffle here and figure this one out. It is Majestic Moose who has won the raffle for a free Steam game. Congratulations, sir. Well done. We'll be opening up a new giveaway shortly before another Steam game code courtesy of Cathexis himself. But now we will throw it over to break while we set up the next one. You're watching MLD Sunday Showdown quintuple header. As I get my cues messed up there. You're watching
some form of a lot.
Exactly. You're watching MLD here on Twitch.tv.